Okay guys, back in action. So I've just posted some amulets online with the help of Joe that's sitting behind this camera. He's still doing listings, so you guys will have a lot of new variety coming up. So I just want to introduce some of the pieces that we have just posted. So basically you will realize that we have this really huge size Yodkunpon. So the Yodkunpon is one of the quintessential amulets that an Achan must have. Okay, you will always see them tie it around a mala and either have it on your necks, or they will actually put it around their shoulder. Okay, so basically like they will just slap it across their shoulder like so. So if you look at Ajans like Ajahn Chum, his lineage loves to actually put this over their shoulder. So the significance of that is to actually bless them with barami so that they can conduct the consecration ceremonies or do whatever rituals they are doing with added barami. So the Prat Yodkunpon unfortunately cannot be handled by women. So if you see any Ajahns wearing them, you will realize that a lot of them will not let women get close to this particular amulet. So it's not that this particular religion is sexist or anything. Okay, it's just that the energy of a woman is on the yin side. Okay, and it will affect the aura of this particular amulet. Right, so it's an age-old amulet. Okay, these are of course newer in terms of the age. Okay, but these have been in use for almost 400 years. Okay, this particular image has been the first images of the Yodkunpon were discovered 400 years ago. Okay, so I have quite a few examples of them on the website. You guys can go check that out. So for laymen, these particular Yodkunpon amulets are actually good for meditation, and also if you are down on luck, okay, or down on wealth luck, you can actually get a Yodkunpon and like probably hold it for like about a minute to 5 minutes a day. Okay, and basically just try to absorb the aura from the amulet. Okay, so the yang qi, right, or the barami in Thai, okay, will get absorbed into your particular barami system as well. Okay, so in the Vedic practices, it's called the chakra. Okay, it will energize your entire chakra system. Okay, next we move on to the same lineage. Okay, this is also by Lempo Prom, Wat Ban Swan. Okay, so if you guys listen to the name Wat Ban Swan, is very familiar because actually one of Ajahn Chum's very close associate is actually Ajahn Tong Tao. Okay, he recognizes him as a teacher as well. It's the same lineage as Lempo Prom here that blessed this particular amulet. Okay, and this Prat Kring down here, why it's special and why I actually curated this is because this particular piece was very traditionally made. It was paw molded in the same style as a Wat Sutat Prat Kring, as you can see on the back here. Okay, there's this little button here. So obviously the name of this Prat Kring is Prat Kring Barami, which does pretty much the same thing as the Yodkunpon, except that this is much more wearable. Okay, it's a lot more compact. Okay, but if there will definitely be some WhatsApp messages that comes across, then why would I want to buy the big one? So is it more effective? In this case, yes, the Yodkunpon image is I would say higher in terms of its efficacy to charge someone's barami. The only downside is you cannot bring it around. Okay, so this is the Prat Kring. So this one here, I was very lucky to get a silver base, and you can see it's hand yanted by Potan Prom. Very rarely you will get a silver base because all the luksits in Thailand are also after the ones with silver base due to the additional yarns on the bottom down here. Right, so these two are from the similar lineage. Okay, so next we want to move on to the next lineage, which would be the Bobo Ong lineage. Okay, this one is by Kruba Sri Ong, and again, if you think that this name is very familiar, that's because Kruba Sri Ong is the one that did the Palakid. Okay, the little golden round dome shape. I wouldn't say it's amulet, it's a krung lang. Okay, people use it as a ring, or they can actually wear it on their neck to absorb all the bad energy. Okay, same monk, except this one is a medallion of Bobo Ong. So why did I curate this and kind of obsessed with this particular saint or deity? Let me just show you guys. So this is my own piece down here, I wrapped it in silver, and you can see on top, I actually wrapped the Satapatwat ring in this very nice custom silver case. Okay, so why I did that is because I didn't want to wear a ring permanently, because I use the computer a lot, and then I also do a lot of outdoors and gym activities where wearing a ring is just not feasible. So I made it into a necklace like so. So you can get it in plastic or silver. They are both on my website as well, and I paired it with Bobo Ong because Satapatwat, this particular mantra or kata, is actually by Bobo Ong. You can see I exposed the top part of the silver case here, so you can see the Satapatwat. And the ring has, I've already sold maybe 100 pieces of the ring already, so I mean it's still available on the website for those who want it. Very good for wish granting. I mean, wealth wise, I think my business has probably doubled or tripled after I wore the ring, and that's why I've taken a very long break, because I didn't need the money to sustain myself. So I went for an extended holiday, and then now, yeah, I think it's probably time to come back and connect with you guys. Okay, so Bobo Ong medallion, very good for wish granting. So for those of you guys who want a piece that's effective in wish granting, which I really advocate, because a lot of my pieces that I wear are for wish granting, because I normally say a little prayer before I go out, before I start the day. Okay, so the Bobo Ong piece is here. Okay, the next one is that's related to it. This is by Ajahn Satien. Okay, this is a pitta that is made of the Palakid. Okay, so Palakid, but this is more in terms of a lead form. They didn't polish it to a golden shine. Okay, and this is pure Palakid, very rare piece. So on the description of my website, I put that it doesn't look very super presentable. It just looks like a piece of lead. Okay, but I can tell you the efficacy of this particular amulet to absorb bad luck, bad karma, and then to convert it into a positive energy is very strong. Okay, so every piece by Ajahn Satien is actually hand yanted as well. So I really like the dedication of this particular master. Okay, so next, let's see where we can move on to. On the topic of, let's say, the northern stuff, we have two extremely good Watanus here. So this one here is by Paul Tan Suk Sabai. I have a very long write-up on why this piece is good. And then this one here by Paul Salatan. So how I acquainted with the Watanu is because once upon a time, the friend actually so-called recommended me this particular amulet is a friend who's in the fresh produce trade. Right, he was running a fresh produce store, and then he had a lot of backstabbers in the business. In fact, the wholesaler actually set up a retail shop opposite him and undercut his prices. So obviously there's no way you can compete in terms of the price. And basically he did use some of this witch to actually counter this particular, I would say, unscrupulous competitor, right? And basically that competitor went out of business. So I kept this in my mind. I didn't really have much backstabbers at that point until I moved from my old shop from Pearl Center to Golden Mile. And what happened was some of the fellow amulet dealers actually welcomed me. I had a lot of friends in a similar trade. Okay, but there were some that, I don't know, they're just born to be Xiaoren. There's all this kind of Xiaoren people everywhere, right? So they tried to undercut, they tried to speak ill of my business. So ultimately, I was introduced to this Watanu. I went actually personally to get them during that time. It was 2015 or something like of that nature, quite some time back. Okay, I went up to, I think it's 2013, in fact, it's quite some time back. So I went up to get these pieces, place them in my shop. Just place a glass of little water. I still have a big collection of them in my current shop until today, and basically it will do its job, right? So you won't have any issues with like legal issues. You won't have definitely you won't have much backstabbers, and things are easier resolved. Okay, so more than that, I actually carry this when I travel. As you guys know, I travel a lot. Okay, that's for my general protection, and also if you are going to places that are spiritually charged, it will help to also avoid evil spirits, encounters with evil spirits. Okay, so next thing from the north would be this. Okay, the Yodkunpon down here by Ajahn Wu, and this one here, he's from the lineage of Kruba Or. Okay, so I brought Kruba Or stuff in also around that time, 2015, sold out really quickly because the efficacy was there, right? And this piece I managed to get because only the last 1 to 2 years I started to reconnect to my friends in the north, and some of them have spare pieces, so this is how that came about. So if you guys want to have more attraction and more in terms of congeniality, you know, be well liked by people, have people at work help you out, you know, more 贵人 in Chinese, you know, benefactors in English, right? You might want to consider this piece. So how is this linked to the Watano? Is basically this helps to avoid your backstabbers. This one here would aim for you to be so likable that you don't have backstabbers. Does that make sense? So a combination of both, one defense, one offense, would be a very good combination, right? So if you want to get a pair, you know what, something to wear in a trouser, something to put in your handbag, right? Something to wear on the neck, you might want to consider this pair. And again, everything is available on the website. Okay, next I'm going to move on to Palakids. Posted a couple of Palakids here. These two are regular shaped Palakids, okay, and then this one here is in the shape of a Hua Chamut or a civet cat head. Okay, they all serve the same function. So Palakids are actually an incarnation or avatar of Lord Shiva, and it is yang qi based. Okay, it provides barmi. So this one here Kalapanha, and this one here is made of melted molten holy materials, basically old Buddhas, the bells that have been damaged in the temples. They don't go to waste. Yantra is written on them. They smelt it down and then they cast these Palakids. So a lot of work goes into this. I've ever attended a making and consecration ceremony for these Palakids. It's a lot of work, right? So whatever you guys see in terms of pricing wise on the website, I can assure you that the amount of work and blessing that's gone into the pieces that I carry is way more worth than any monetary value. So whatever you're seeing is just like a commercial value. The spiritual value of these items, I can tell you, is priceless, right? You cannot put a price to it. Okay, so this one is with regards to the piece that is molten alloy. Okay, and this one here is my Kalapanha, which is mangrove wood. Okay, so this one is by Leng Pi Somdej, which is a disciple of Lang Po Ap, and I often visit him because he has also these nice handmade items. So this is a piece that I kept on the table. I didn't have time to get it wrapped. Okay, so I love to just rub it and basically just pray for better business, or you know, whatever wishes I may have, or if I'm going to enter into a contract, or if I'm going to travel, then yeah, I will basically use this piece to give myself a little bit of a barmy boost. Okay, and you guys can do that as well. So this one here on the website is already nicely encased, waterproof. You don't have to worry about water damage. So that's with regards to Palakids. A lot of requests for Palakids over the years, but to find good ones really hard. Okay, a lot of Palakids are actually factory made using very mediocre woods, mediocre material, which it doesn't attract me to go curate them or buy them, and then I wouldn't sell you guys something that I wouldn't carry myself. Okay, so everything here that I source, I personally would use myself, or am using myself, right, or am collecting myself. Okay, last but not least, you will see this very familiar piece. It is the Somdej cannon by Lem Ho Mui. Super small in size, you can see it's very small. So I love to wear this piece. I've been collecting this piece for many years. I have many pieces, but I still collect it. But I want to give a little shout out to it because it's definitely one of the underrated pieces. So it's a classic piece. This one comes with the Samakom certification. These days we wrap it in silver because the gold prices has gone astronomical. A little amulet like this, just for you guys update, would cost like six to $700 to get it encased. So I really see no point in that. I will wear it in silver first until a time where you are like financially, like it doesn't matter if it's $1,000 to wrap it in gold, then yeah, perhaps you might want to go get it switched up yourself. But I'd say for a start, if you are sourcing for a good classic Somdej that you don't have to change or upgrade in the future, then this probably would be the one to get. Okay, so I think we have uploaded two on the website this morning, so you guys can go take a look at that. And yep, that's about it. Little selection. There's more on the website, and if possible, I will try to do daily videos like this to introduce the pieces that we put up on the website, so that you guys can also stay in touch with the latest in amulet collecting.